Do you struggle reaching the point in your life when you are truly happy and satisfied with how you look like, what you have and who you are? I am behavioral health coach and I will help you understand why. We constantly compare ourselves to others, even though we don't want to. And I recently read a study that found out that we only start feeling good about ourselves when we think that about 70% of people is worse than us. So if, let's say, money is important for you and you compare yourself to other people, you would only start feeling happy with the amount of money you have if you feel like 70% of people in your reference group have less money than you. And technically it's actually a good thing because it helps us to stay motivated, and at the same time it helps us to stay realistic because we don't necessarily need to be the best at the specific trait to actually start feeling happy about ourselves. However, I see a couple of problems with this. So 20, 30 years ago, before social media and internet and all of these things, we used to compare ourselves to only a very small, limited group of people. The people that we knew in person, our family, closest friends, people at school or people at work. Plus, we knew very little about their lives. Unless we have specifically witnessed something or someone told us or showed us a physical photography of something, we had no idea what's going on in their life. We didn't know that someone has a six-pack unless we went to a pool or beach with that person, or unless they took their shirt off in front of us and showed us. We had very little idea about other people's finances unless we knew specifically how much they are earning at their job, or we visited their house or saw their car. We had no idea how wealthy they are. We didn't know where they travel, what fancy hotels they stay in, how many times a week they eat lobster. But now you compare yourself to literally the entire world. But what's worse is that we don't even compare ourselves to a real people. We compare ourselves to edited, polished and filtered version of reality that they want us to see. So it's virtually impossible to ever feel like you are in the top 30% for any given trait, because there will always be so many people presenting themselves to be significantly better than you. And the second problem is that we do not compare ourselves to one person. We take our traits, and for each individual trait we compare ourselves with a different reference group. You take someone who is very wealthy and financially stable and you compare your finances with them, and you completely disregard that they are extremely unfit. And then you go and you compare yourself to someone who is extremely fit and you completely disregard that they have no money. So in this modern society we are in a war that is literally impossible to win. And you may be wondering, is there anything you can do about it? Yes. I think the most important thing is just to be simply aware that this is how your brain operates and this is what's happening in the background. And second thing you can do is to limit the amount of information that makes you feel bad about yourself. Don't follow accounts on social media that make you feel shitty about your own life, and give them less power to have impact on how you feel. Nobody's life is perfect. Everybody is fighting their own battles and inner demons. You just don't happen to see that. Technically, the only person you should ever be comparing yourself with is the yesterday's version of yourself.